This is Author Conversations, the Stenhouse Publishers podcast. In the second of a two-part podcast, Mary Cappellini discusses the use of technology with English language learners and how technology resources can be used to encourage creative work.
Well, I think one of the things that people don't utilize is using a different type of modality to help teach English language learners. And one of the things is some kids are amazing on the computer, and they're not as oral or verbal, and they can create their own movies and create their own blogs and various things, but they may not be that good on paper and pencil type activities. And by giving them a microphone to be able to, to share some of their information, or by taking photos from things and importing it and scanning in their pictures into the computer, they can present to the class without actually having to orally stand up and do an oral presentation. They can do their presentation through the use of the laptop that the teacher has in the classroom, or if they're in the computer lab, and actually being able to show sometimes the higher level thinking process that's going on that they may not orally be able to feel comfortable to use. And I find that's true a lot as you go up through the grades. Children know who's the best readers, they know who are the best speakers, and what happens often as the English language learners are in a class that possibly might be, the majority of them might be English-only kids, they feel very intimidated to use their speech if they know that they can't say it correctly. But by providing opportunities to use the technology and to put their words down in a presentation format, then they can show it up on the screen or use the whiteboard and enable them to show their thinking process and their deeper levels of comprehension and their projects that they're working on to compare to comparably to other kids in the same class. And I think that's an interesting thing to look at. Also, with so much concern that we're losing the arts in the school, is that technology is accepted. And technology is a very creative format for kids. And for, designers and artists, they use their computers to create. I mean, look at all the great movies that are produced and the animation that goes on. It's all done on computers. And so when we think about giving kids access to another form of creation in the classroom besides just reading and writing, I think is also helpful. One of my friends is an Apple demonstration teacher, has worked in very low-income neighborhoods and also in very high-income neighborhoods. She found that just because the higher-income neighborhoods might have more technology in the classrooms, or the kids come with their own laptops, or they have internet access at home, doesn't mean those kids are producing any better projects than the kids from the lower-income neighborhoods if you provide them the access and the tools to be able to do so. And she actually, the one child in the lower-income neighborhood, actually won a district-wide project on her PowerPoint, and yet based on her test scores, she's considered an at-risk child, competing with these higher-end kids. So that's what technology, I think, is also able to do for these kids, and I think that's a really wonderful benefit to be able to utilize that.
If you'd like to learn more about Mary's work, check out Balancing Reading and Language Learning, available online from Stenhouse Publishers and your local Stenhouse distributor. Thanks for listening.